The Ouroboros Legacy by Zoran the Dragon. Zoran's opening Rumbala. Humans? Forever chasing the shadow of eternity, as if time could be captured in your brittle hourglasses or inscribed on your fleeting scrolls. You clutch at moments, hoard memories, and build monuments, all to defy the one truth you cannot escape: transformation. What folly! Immortality is not the art of standing still. It is the dance of becoming. And if you would grasp this truth, look no further than the Ouroboros. Behold the serpent devouring its own tail, not as a desperate act of hunger, but as the purest expression of eternal life. The Ouroboros consumes itself to sustain itself, a cycle of renewal that defies your rigid ideas of beginnings and endings. You call it paradox. I call it breakfast. Let me teach you something, little ones. Time does not move in straight lines, nor do endings snuff out existence like some cruel finality. Time spirals, and so do you. Look closely at your own breath. Each inhale births you anew. Each exhale lays an old version of you to rest. Even your heartbeat, that relentless rhythm in your chest, echoes the dance of the Ouroboros. It pulses forward, only to loop back, carrying life through every corner of your being. You think you are bound by the laws of linearity, of life followed by death, of gain swallowed by loss. But the Ouroboros whispers a deeper truth. Destruction is not an end. It is fuel. Creation is not a beginning. It is continuity. Every burned forest scatters seeds. Every star that collapses in on itself becomes the cradle of new galaxies. And what of you, human? Your body is a coil of stories, joy and sorrow, triumph and failure looping endlessly around the core of who you are. When you shed your skin, you do not vanish. You emerge, bright and raw, carrying the lessons of the old into the adventure of the new. You are not separate from the Ouroboros. You are its living scale, shimmering with the promise of perpetual transformation. The Ouroboros, symbolism of eternal cycles. The Ouroboros, depicted as a serpent or dragon consuming its own tail, is far more than an ancient emblem. It is a living metaphor, breathing fire into the mysteries of existence. Found across continents, eras, and philosophies, the Ouroboros embodies the pulse of the cosmos, the infinite dance of creation, destruction, and renewal. From alchemical texts to modern science, its coiled wisdom continues to whisper the deepest truths. 1. Cycle of life, death, and renewal. The Ouroboros is the ultimate symbol of eternal cycles. Its self-devouring act is not one of consumption, but transformation. Each ending folds seamlessly into a beginning, and each beginning carries the seeds of its eventual end. It teaches that destruction is not a void, but a fertile ground for renewal. Nature echoes this wisdom at every turn. Seasonal rhythms, autumn's decay enriches the soil for spring's bloom. Human growth. Cells die to give way to regeneration. Challenges fade, leaving behind wisdom. Cosmic cycles. Stars collapse, scattering elements that birth planets. Zoran's reflection. When a dragon molts its scales, it does not mourn the old ones. Why mourn what feeds the new? Be as the Ouroboros, devour your own past to sustain your future. But beware, only a fool bites the tail without understanding the cycle. The Ouroboros whispers, endings are not failures, they are the fuel for rebirth. But to embrace this truth requires courage, for in every ending lies the fear of letting go. 2. Alchemy. Transformation through Unitarian alchemical traditions. The Ouroboros is the crowning symbol of transformation. It represents the unity of opposites, matter merging with spirit, chaos harmonizing with order. Alchemy is not merely the transmutation of metals, but the spiritual refinement of the self. As above, so below, the Ouroboros teaches that the microcosm, our inner world, mirrors the macrocosm, the universe. The transformation you seek externally must first occur within. To reconcile opposites in the outer world, you must first embrace them within yourself. Alchemical insight, the process of turning lead into gold, is symbolic of evolving ignorance into wisdom, limitation into expansion. Zoran's thought, humans mix potions hoping for miracles, yet they forget the true alchemy, the fire in your belly, and the will to confront yourself. True transformation is forged in the crucible of discomfort, the moment you stop running from the shadows and instead offer them a chair by the hearth. The Ouroboros reminds us that transformation is not instant. It requires patience, reflection, and balance. To hold chaos and order in the same hand is the essence of mastery. 3. Quantum physics, self-sustaining universe. Ouroboros resonates not only with ancient mysticism, but also with the frontiers of modern science. Concepts in quantum physics echo its paradoxical and cyclical nature, offering glimpses of the universe as a self-sustaining system. Quantum parallels, entropy, and renewal. In the cosmic theater, stars burn through their fuel, collapsing into black holes or exploding into supernova. These moments of destruction scatter elements, seeding new stars and worlds. Like the Ouroboros, the universe sustains itself through cycles of collapse and regeneration. Wave-particle duality, the dual nature of light and matter, existing as both particle and wave, mirrors the Ouroboros' paradox existence defined by its own contradiction. Feedback loops. In systems biology and cosmology, feedback loops regulate growth, balance, and renewal. Like the Ouroboros consuming itself, these loops sustain their existence through self-interaction. Zoran's perspective, physicists talk of time loops, and I simply call it breathing. Every inhale is a beginning, every exhale an end. Together, they sustain you. When you gaze into the cosmos, do you not feel the coil tightening and loosening, echoing in your own ribs? Modern science reaffirms what ancient mystics knew instinctively. The universe does not travel in straight lines. It spirals, each cycle giving rise to new possibilities. Expanded reflections from Zoran mark my words. Little one, the Ouroboros is no mere ornament for temple walls or laboratory chalkboards. It is the rhythm of existence. You see it in your seasons, your relationships, and your very breath. But most of all, you feel it in your struggles. Every grief you bury seeds new joy. Every fear you face cracks open a door to your courage. The Ouroboros does not ask whether you are ready, it simply invites you to step into the circle. To bite the tail is to say, yes, I will renew. But beware, renewal is no easy feast. You must devour your own doubts and digest their lessons, or you'll choke on your denial. Case study, the worm in the eyes of the dragon. The celestial dragon archetype transcends mere mythology, bridging the realms of cosmic cycles and human transformation. Stephen King's The Eyes of the Dragon provides an evocative lens through which dragons are revealed not simply as fantastical creatures, but as profound symbols of watchfulness, power, and transformation. Their presence echoes the legacy of the Ouroboros, drawing parallels between myth and cosmos, eternal cycles, and personal growth. 1. Stephen King's The Eyes of the Dragon. In Stephen King's tale, dragons symbolize wisdom, guardianship, and the elusive connection to higher realms, a reflection of the Ouroboros' cyclical nature. Let us unfurl the parallels between King's dragons and the worm's cosmic essence. Eternal Watcher. Dragons in King's narrative embody a quiet but omnipresent wisdom. Like the Ouroboros, they are perpetual observers of destiny's flow, maintaining their watch over the delicate balance of power without imposing their will recklessly. This aligns with the worm's role as the steward of cosmic cycles, coiling around creation and destruction without disrupting their natural rhythm. Zoran's perspective. Kings, dragons don't roar into the fray, they hum. Their silence speaks volumes, reminding humans that some truths are better whispered, not shouted. The stars listen, why don't you? Transformation catalysts. The dragon's presence in King's narrative acts as a catalyst for transformation, challenging characters to rise beyond their limitations. Much like the worm's lesson of renewal through trials, King's dragons bring growth through adversity. Their role isn't to obliterate foes or shower treasure upon heroes, but to guide them through challenges that reforge their inner strength. Example from the eyes of the dragon. King's dragon-like forces challenge rulers and warriors alike, nudging them to confront their shadows, their weaknesses, fears, and unspoken doubts. By navigating these trials, they emerge transformed, embodying the Ouroboros' lesson of renewal through fire. Zoran's comment: King's dragons remind humans of their higher selves like mirrors that reflect both their shadows and their potential. My scales have done the same. You're welcome. 2. Heavenly dragon archetypes bind literature. Heavenly dragons rise above earthly concerns, embodying cycles of cosmic balance and interconnection. These archetypes bridge the gap between the celestial and the mortal, embodying the Ouroboros' truth of eternal return.